Halloween
Forever.
You hear the one about past, the present, and the future all walk into this bar at the exact same time.
No, where's this going?
It was tense. Welcome, boys and ghouls, to another motherfucking Minisode. It's your boy Brian.
I'm just disappointed.
It's tense.
As your champ, you could have done better.
It's tense. You get it, right?
I'm feeling tense.
Steve displeasure was brought onto him by that joke.
I do not like English school.
You don't like grammar puns? They're what's hot in the streets right now. Well, you know what, guys? I'm trying to think. We're not doing a regular episode, our regular mini-sode. Not that there is a regular mini-sode. We do all kind of weird topics, but most of the time we talk about a movie or a series or something like this. This time we decide, you know what? It'll be fun to do a little bit of a 2023. We've done a year in a review show before, but we've never done a speculative full year show about, hey, here's the movies that are coming out in the coming year. We're going to be excited about them. We think they're going to be good. We think they're going to be bad, whatever. So that's kind of the direction we're going, talking about some of the movies we are most excited about, and maybe even some that we're not particularly excited about for the year of our Lord 2023, you guys. But before we get into all that other mess, we got to do some stuff at the top of the show, which is what we always do in every single episode. If you ever listen to the show before, you know this to be true. Don't act surprised. We are going to talk about, first of all, social media. Go out there, do the social medias, follow us. Halloween's forever on the boopity and the bippities, all that stuff. Write us a review, guys. It's big for us. You write us a review on the Apple Podcasts or Spotify's. Give us a 5-star. Write a little, hey, these guys are cool. Send it to me. I'll send you some damn old stickers in the mail. I'll do it. I swear to God, I'll do it. Also, you can help us, pick our topics for the next episode. You can suggest topics. Show us vote on the topics. That's what our not only our minisodes, but the way we choose our topics for our showdown episodes every month. Speaking of showdown episodes, for the dog shit month of February, we are going to be doing last episode. You guys did it. You voted. Don't get mad. You brought this on yourself. We're talking about micro budget gems for our showdown episode for February. Once again, February. Fucking dogs, you rats out there pronouncing it wrong.
We're talking about this again?
Yes, it's big. It's big. Coming up in February, it's big. We need to make sure we're pronouncing this right.
You're going to make me want to drink in February. See,
yeah.
I can't even fucking say it.
I know, because you're the plebe. You don't know how to talk right. February. Anyway, so this is what's going to happen. First Monday of every month, we do that little showdown episode. So next minisode, because we do have an extra minisode in January, because on account of how the Mondays fall. God, I hate Mondays.
Get him, Garfield.
We are
Get a case of the Mondays here.
A little bit of Garfield coming out. I can't say Monday without talking about how much I hate it. We are going to pick our, we're going to tell you, we're going to announce what our individual picks for that micro budget gems is the topic. So if you have any suggestions, we're trying to keep define micro budget as roughly, no higher than maybe $300,000-$400,000 budget. Now I know those numbers are unreliable. We're getting them off the intranets, but we're going to act in good faith and try to keep it under that number. But if you have any suggestions, please shoot them the old DMs over on the Instagrams, which if you send something to DMs to Instagrams, you're going to get me. If you send something in the Twitters, you're going to get Steve. If you send something on the TikTokies, you're going to get hypothetically Meg, but she checks it once every 6 months.
I thought you were going to say no one.
You get no one. Hypothetically, you get Meg, but
Not
once
wrong.
every 6 months she
Not
checks
at this
it.
point.
In any case, give us some suggestions, because a lot of these movies that fall into this category, some of the greatest ones might be, underviewed, underappreciated, hidden gems as well as micro budget gems. So always looking for suggestions there. I personally do have no idea what I'm going to pick. A couple popped into my mind, but I'm like, I have no fucking idea what I'm going to pick for that topic. So I need to do a little research myself.
The only ones that popped into my mind were ones I hate.
Well, yeah, they're ones that are like, maybe I don't hate them, but they're ones that are not good movies. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you straight up, if either of you picks the original Paranormal Activity, I'll fail you for the class. Fail you for the class.
No, I actually do. I have a couple in mind right now. I'm gonna do a little bit more searching just to confirm, but I think I already have something in mind.
Oh, well, that's Meg's doing a shoulder shake.
Champs ahead of the game.
You know we're in we're in trouble when you see a shoulder shake, especially with horses on those shoulders. Meg is donned from head to toe in horse garb, by the way, and I'm not even making fun.
I'm just waiting for people to start sending me sweatshirts, like grandma style sweatshirts that have like horses on them.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait.
Like puffy paint ones where they put like the decal on it and then they surround it with the puffy paint.
Sure. Whatever.
You never lived in the puffy paint, era?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
No? Steve knows what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I got you. I'm there.
I mean, I'm sure I do. I just
shit.
Like I have an idea in my brain, but I don't think I know. Like
that's some straight up Beaver County white trash shit.
Yeah, I've been to the Beaver County Golden Dome fucking craft fair.
Hell yeah.
I know what's up.
Yeah, you always had like everyone who I ever grew up with's mom had like a crew neck black sweatshirt that had like a fabric cutout of like a pumpkin with a kitten coming out of it, and then the whole thing is like outlined with this like orange puffy like paint on it. It's like it's enamel
You know
paint.
what I need to do though? The next time I go thrifting, I'm going to come up to Beaver County. I think that's just a solid move at this point.
It's the thrifting capital of Western Pennsylvania.
The other top way to do it
for puppy paint sweatshirts.
Oh yeah, for puffy paint. Yeah. Like the other top way to do it was like not so much painting on, but like you get the little squeeze bottle of paint.
Yes.
And you do your line art around your pumpkin.
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah. Or perhaps if you're at a vacation Bible school, and you're accumulating that religious trauma, maybe you might have a sweatshirt that has like a crucifix that you've drawn in puffy paint, and it says like "I love the Lord" or something like that, but you put the D backwards so it reads Lorb, stuff like that. Yeah, stuff like that.
This is definitely not a recollection of your childhood, right?
Yeah,
now.
that's why I still call him the Lorb. Anyway, guys, Meg's got some shit up her sleeve. That's the long and short of that story. Now,
be afraid. I'm looking to retain this title.
Usually, like when we come up with a topic, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to do it. Because when we were talking about like big city spookies, you know what I mean? I was like, oh yeah, I got about 3 or 4. They're going to be sick. Then we end up with this topic, and I'm like, damn, this is like, I'm a little bit lost. And
so wide
I'm
open.
A little surprised. Yeah. I'm a little surprised.
Well, the thing is, I
that
can
you guys
name
don't have like 10.
I do have a lot of them, but they're not good, really. Yeah, I mean, like, or they're good, like super predictable, So I don't know. Like, there's one in particular that I think probably we all have thought about. It may be from the 1990s.
I'll also fail you for that one too.
Yeah, maybe from the late 1990s.
Because it's the same thing. It's boring.
Which one's
fucking boring?
Blair Witch.
Blair Witch, yeah. Which I like Blair Witch.
No,
I know
it's also not on my list, so.
Yeah, but like I genuinely do like Blair Witch. I know people have mixed feelings about that one, but like
I even like the Paranormal Activities, honestly, but I wouldn't choose it for this.
Paranormal Activity, the first one's okay, for what it is, but like for it to have spun into such an enormous thing is kind of infuriating a little bit to me. I don't know why.
Because it got worse and worse. It's like one of those things.
They're hot trash after a while.
Even just like the Blair Witches got worse and worse. Like I kept watching
except
them
for the second one. It's tremendous.
Sure.
Book of Shadows. What is it called? Book of
Shadows. Yes.
Yeah, Book of Shadows fucking kind of rules.
Yeah.
In a terrible way. But anyway, guys, if you got suggestions, throw them over our way. We appreciate hearing them. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can find my personal handle if you don't want to find me on TikTok, because I probably won't see it. It's right there on the Halloween is Forever page. Don't just give your ideas to Brian.
Send them to the Instagrams. I always disseminate all the ideas equally. No, I don't. I take them all for myself.
Yep, he does.
Anyway, beers. Do we got them?
Beers.
Are we drinking them? I know somebody's not.
I have a ginger beer.
Oh, and a crap one too.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not. I mean, it's doing a job of
Gosling for how much it costs is not good.
And I have
it's diet too.
Ew. Kill yourself.
Fuck, Meg. Fuck.
After this month, it might be invite me to my time. Just
call it quits. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're going to be the first thing, February 1st, we got to just like rip some fucking good old granddad shots or something. Like
That's
get
fine.
after it one
shotgun.
night. Yeah.
Ooh, I don't miss hangovers right now.
See, I very rarely am hungover because
fuck you.
I'm a professional.
Literally.
I'm a professional. And also I very rarely drink booze, like spirits. I mean, mostly just drink the beers. Or Plinkovac, which Plinkovac, as long as you're nice to her, she won't do anything wrong to you.
It's like a form of candy.
Somehow I don't. Yeah. Somehow I don't believe you.
You just got to be respectful. Mm-hmm. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm only disrespectful though. So.
Yeah. You disrespect your surroundings.
Yeah. You would get fucked up by Plinkovac.
Meg, if there's one thing Meg does, she disrespects her surroundings. What is the name of that fucking song?
I don't even know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Instantly,
I know what you're talking about.
Disrespect. See, I can't even scream, guys.
Yeah. So one time, I'll give you a really funny, complete non sequitur story, but I I chuckle to myself every time I think about it. The first time I heard that song, this was probably 15 years ago, and we were on vacation, and I'm there with Kate, and Kate and I were still dating, like we weren't married yet, and her Kate's sister's then boyfriend was with us. We were on vacation, and we heard that song about disrespect your surroundings, and we were like, that's so lame. That's such like a dumb thing to say. And then we just kept coming up with funny, dumb lines that would fit that kind of, oeuvre of the disrespect your surroundings. And he just stands up, finishes his beer, stands up, spikes on the ground, and goes, "Cough on, everyone." And I just we were pissing our pants laughing. And he wasn't even funny. That was the only funny thing the guy ever said, but it was so good.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah, he got it. He peaked right there.
Just got to make sure you have an audience where you say your one funny thing.
He did. He got the best. He got the best line out. Anyway, all right.
Still didn't get the approval, but
Yeah, Meg's doing dork shit. Steve? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking actuals beers.
Yeah.
And I got, just a little full pint, Night of the Living Stout.
Oh, damn it. We talked about that around. I never got my hands on one of those. I love that beer.
You could probably go check the one beer place I went in Cranberry. They might still have some.
Where'd you go in Cranberry?
I'm going there tomorrow. It's like literally right off of 19. It's before the Walmart even.
Is it Save on Beer?
Yes, that's what it is.
Save on Beer in Mars there. Yes,
yeah.
I know that place well, and I will stop there. And yes, I love that beer. Is it still? It's still popping. Still got the hop character, pretty aggressive.
Yeah, Meg would hate this because if I remember, Meg hates the hoppy stout, and it is very much a hoppy stout.
Well, that's what I loved about it.
I don't hate the hoppy stout. I don't at all. I think the story I told you guys was specifically for that beer.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever had it, we're talking 2013 probably. I had it. It must have just been a really terrible batch of it. It was just literally undrinkable. I jumped on that Cascadian Dark Ale Black IPA train. I like them. It just for whatever reason was acrid was literally the best word I could use for it.
Yeah.
Could not even take more than a sip.
Okay.
So
yeah, very possible. I always liked it. I was always a big fan of Sierra Nevada Stout, which they don't distribute anymore. I think, you can't find it really anywhere outside probably their home market, but just a good hoppy stout roast and good old fashioned piney Pacific Northwest bitterness. Like, I love that shit.
Yeah. There's not
really
much.
Loved making them when they were like kind of coming up on the rise, and we're talking 2012 at this point.
Yeah.
And it was just fun trying to play with, because you have to really focus on like a little bit of balance and the flavor that you're getting from it.
You got to get the pH right too, because it's gonna be all fucked up otherwise.
For sure.
Yeah. There's not a lot of like pininess on this one because it's all Cascade. But it's like it's floral and it's fresh and it's, you know, like it's vegetable-y. But yeah, it's much more like in line with a dark Cascadian than it is like a stout.
Interesting. Well, I'm gonna check it out either way.
Yeah,
I'd give it another go.
I'm drinking a stout as well. With a spooky name, but it's not a spooky beer necessarily, but it's called listen, it's Sly Fox. When you work for a brewery, you're gonna most of the time drink their beer because it's free, but I'm drinking Softly Falling Darkness, our oatmeal stout, which is fucking real tasty.
I feel like right now it's like you guys showing up to the same place with the same shirt on, you know. That's what I kind of feel like.
A little bit. Yeah, this has a little bit of a hop character. It's a really well balanced oatmeal stout. Obviously, it's got some nice body to it, almost 6%. Roasty, a little bit of hop character to it. And just a killer ass, like American oatmeal stout, I would call it. Like Americanized oatmeal stout. So it's American yeast strain. It's not like, it doesn't have any kind of real British character to it at all. It's like an American oatmeal stout with a little bit of hop character to it. It's fucking great.
You know what dark beer I really miss, like even just right now, is just Southern Tier's Porter. Like I just miss
that beer never
low ABV porter, like that's all around all the time.
You know what? I saw Trogs released Dead Reckoning again, and I haven't had that in a couple years. And that's a hoppy American porter. It's fucking great.
We'll have to find it.
Yeah,
I know. I actually, if you guys see fucking Nugget Nectar, I might miss it. If like it's usually like in and out. If you guys find it, grab me some.
Yeah, I think as of recording, it's at Creekside right now.
Oh, Word. I was going to try to stop at Creekside tomorrow, so I'll grab you. I'll grab you some if I swing by there.
Venmo you or something.
And I think double Nugget is coming later in the month.
Yeah, I don't touch that stuff, but Nugget Nectar.
Yeah, wait, what are you going to... Yeah, I was going to say you're going to miss it because you're going to be dicking around with your dork January shit, and then you're not going to miss the beer.
And that's the fucking problem with Nugget Nectar. It's in and out. It's like... If you miss it, you miss it. And like, it's one of those things, like at some point you just can't find it.
Well, I wonder if they're going to do like, because I feel like Trogs, and I might be wrong about this, but I feel like Trogs went a little aggressive with the Mad Elf this year because I'm seeing a lot of it still sitting at retail. We're now, 2 weeks past New Year's, and I'm still seeing a lot of it sitting around out there. And I'm wondering if they kind of, shot their wad a little too much on that. So wondering if that will happen with Nugget Nectar, because that beer, at least Mad Elf, like that beer is going to age gracefully. Nugget Nectar is not. That's going to age like cottage cheese.
Yeah. It's like
crystal malty IPA. It's
like
literally the most perishable beer.
It comes out because it's like Celebration is going out and Nugget Nectar comes right on in. And I'm like, give me some of that nuggy goodness.
Some West Coast old school IPA. I love it. Have you? I'll have to get you some. Have you ever had our 113 Route 113 IPA? It's an old school ass IPA too. If you like those beers, you'll like this one as well. It's like 7%, bitter as fuck, like piney. Yeah, but
yeah, like I remember like early on when I was getting craft beer, it's just like all like, Southern Tier's IPA, Victory Hop Double, like all of those beers were just like, I found some weird pride in being like, yeah, I fucking love these bitter beers. Fucking so good. It was like weird when I was younger, but I still love them. They're still super tasty. So I
still like an aggressively bitter IPA. But anyway, guys, let's get on to talking about some of these flickies for 2023 that we are excited about. So we're just going to kind of keep this loosey-goosey, guys. We're just going to kind of go around the old horn. And we're going to talk about, hey, throw one out there. I'm sure some of the ones you guys have on your list are also ones we have on our list. So we'll just kind of check them off as we go. But I don't know. Anybody feeling froggy? You want to kick it off with one they're excited about?
I mean, I feel like we brought it up at the 2 episodes ago. I was asking you guys if you saw the trailer for Renfield.
Oh, yeah.
I think you'd seen it, but Brian, but Meg hadn't. Meg, have you
I have
caught
subsequently
up now?
seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody hype. Hype. Everybody hype. You hype.
I am
hype,
psyched
hype.
about that one. It's coming out early in the year. It's coming out in like April or something.
April, I think I saw. Yeah.
Obviously the great Nick Cage, who's you know, I would probably kill for him. I would murder somebody if he asked me to. If it was somebody I didn't know.
Do you think he's the head at Tubi and he's like somehow just like our Lord and Savior? Because I feel like he's like official like cult leader.
Yeah, it makes sense. If somebody told me that, if I read it as a headline, I believe it without any questioning.
Yeah, same.
I believe it. I would believe it, but I
He
just
could
also
Brian Jonestown me, and I'd die happy.
Brian Jonestown.
Or sorry, Jonestown Massacre Me. Sorry, that was
Brian
weird.
Brian, well, it was Jonestown, but a guy wasn't named
I know.
Brian, which
No,
makes
I
me
know.
so.
Guys,
No,
I know. I'm mixing
so
the
good.
band. No, you gotta
I
take
know.
that out.
No, I know what you
like
did. You thought AC/DC played in Guyana. I get it, Meg.
What?
Brian
I didn't even
Jones.
know that joke. I don't even get that joke.
Brian Johnston was the singer of AC/DC.
Yeah.
No, there's a band called the Brian Jonestown, isn't there? Yeah,
I don't know,
that's what I'm mixing up.
but Jonestown but
Jonestown.
I
No,
like
that's what
the
I- that's
idea
what I
of
meant.
Brian Jonestown. Sounds like
Yeah.
a fun
No.
name that if I was a
No.
professional wrestler, I would use.
God,
Yeah.
I am mixing up two different things right now.
We know.
God, can we go back?
No,
I don't even. I'm not
Nope.
even gonna.
It's on
I'm
the
not
show.
Even gonna, like,
it's
I don't
on
like
the
it.
show. I don't like it.
I'm mad. Yeah,
Anyway.
the Brian Jonestown Massacre. That's like the band that I was thinking of.
Oh.
But I meant to say the Jonestown Massacre.
Mm-hmm.
And I said he could Jonestown massacre me and I'd die happy.
Oh, I
That's-
see. That was the joke. That was the
That was
bit.
the joke.
That was the bit.
See, when you have
Yeah.
to explain things,
Yes.
especially when you fuck up a joke,
Mm-mm.
Man.
1,000 times funnier. This whole
So
thing's
much good.
so encouraging and
and I
like
know
so
you're gonna leave
uplifting for
every
me.
ounce of this in here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Need that content.
Content. Isn't the other guy who's starring in Renfield? His name's also Nicholas something.
Nicholas Holt.
Holt, yes, and he's the guy who actually plays Renfield, I believe. Right?
Yeah, he actually plays Renfield, and most people right now recognize him from the menu. But he was also in Mad Max, Fury Road, and he was in some of the newer X-Men films. So
Yeah.
Sidebar, did you guys watch The Menu at all?
Fuck yeah.
This is sidebar. Oh, you did? Is it good? Thumbs up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say, so we went to the theater over Thanksgiving. We were down in Nashville. It was supposed to be me, my brother, and my sister-in-law. We were going to see The Menu. And then Maeve, my oldest daughter, was like, I want to go to the movies too. And I'm like, I'm not going to tell her she can't go. Her sister was not feeling well. Kate stayed with her. So I was like, all right, I'll go with you. And then we went and saw Strange World, which is like this Disney Pixar movie she wanted to see. And my brother and sister-in-law went and saw The Menu. So I was kind of bummed I didn't see it, but they did say it was like it wasn't what they expected. They were like, it's not pure horror.
yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't what I expected either. I thought it was going to be like a pure horror, and honestly, I thought it was going to be a cannibal movie.
Yeah.
It's not at all what it is.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah.
It's just
they
Yeah.
kind of said it was
definitely
more of
wanna
like a
watch it.
revenge movie type of thing.
A little bit. It's
Cool.
just much better to watch it, and I tell you, it has some of the hardest laughs I had. Like in a long time, just because they play it straight, but they know it's funny.
Well, that's what he said too. He said it was a lot funnier than I expected, and he said it just kind of makes fun of like foodie culture and all this type of thing. So
Yeah.
I definitely want to see it. It looks really good. It's obviously got some great people in it. It's got the dude from Grand Budapest Hotel. What the fuck's that guy's name? Who plays the main chef?
Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah, Ralph Fiennes. He's fucking fantastic. Anyway, yes, but I have not seen it yet. Back to Renfield.
I am pretty excited. It looks just like it's going to be silly in such a way that I think it'll just be. I kind of like the idea of like this, like Renfield also becoming this like more lead character for one of the films, like related to Dracula. So
Yeah. It seems a little bit like it's. I don't want to say it's completely stealing from what we do in the shadows, but there seems to be like inspiration of like setting it in the modern world, and there's like the trailer starts out with him at like kind of a group therapy thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's trying to solve supernatural problems with like, like
modern sensibilities. And real world sensibilities, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a perfect time. And like What We Do in the Shadows, like especially the show getting so much popularity, which I don't know if you guys like it, but I love the show. I think it's so fun.
Oh, like fantastic show. What's her name? Who plays, I'm so bad with names tonight for some reason, but Nadja. Oh my God. She's so fucking hilarious. And I started watching that show because of the British guy who's
because of Matt
Berry, because I love Matt Berry from like a million different things. But Nadja is the best character. She's incredible. Mm-hmm. She's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She has taken that thing that is a stereotypical, like The Office. They say like Jim Halpert, like he always looks into the camera and makes a kind of a like sideways face.
Yeah.
She took that, but made it fucking hilarious again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Her looks into the camera just fucking are so funny.
The side eyes and stuff.
The side eye, yes. Yeah. She's so
and then
the
fact that the doll does the side eyes too.
I love that they kept the doll around. You thought that was just gonna be a weird thing in that one episode, but it stayed on for like seasons. Like it just stayed on.
Yeah.
That show is so brilliant. I mean, it's very popular and everybody loves it and stuff, but I feel like decades from now, people will still be talking about how great that show is.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I'll throw one out there just because it's adjacent. It's Renfield adjacent. Is one that I have been really excited since I heard about, and I have actually, and I'm not doing the old like this was my idea thing, but I have. Ever since, obviously a big fan of the Universal monsters, and then later reading, Bram Stoker's Dracula, and then watching, the actual movie adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula, I've always felt like they didn't take one of the creepiest parts of the book is when they talk about the ship that Count Dracula comes over on, and it shows up with no survivors on it, right? When he goes, comes over to England. So they are doing a movie, and I always thought, like, how cool would it be? Because the 31 Dracula, Bela Lugosi's Dracula, they don't even touch on that at all. The only scene, which is a very memorable scene, Meg, I remember we talked about it when you picked it, was, Renfield looking up from the hull of the ship, and he's, lost his marbles and all that stuff.
Crazy, yeah.
But they don't really do much around the ship, and maybe 3 years ago, and I didn't write down the name. I'm going to say 2 or 3 years ago, they did do a Vampires on a Ship movie, but it was set in like World War II kind of time. I forget what it's called. I want to say it was even maybe like an early Shudder exclusive or something. I don't remember. Really, really liked it. And I remember thinking it had those kind of vibes. Anyway, they're doing a movie that launches like my birthday weekend, which I'm super excited about, called The Last Voyage of the Demeter, which is the ship that brought Dracula to England. And
is there a trailer out for this?
Not yet.
I've not seen a trailer if there is, but I read some stuff around it, and it's supposed to be a little bit more like the whole movie is based on that section of the book. So I'm super excited about that. Goddamn Dracula's on a boat. That's like one of my all-time favorite setups, and I remember like even as a kid going like, man, I wish the movie did more with that.
Yeah.
So.
I recently heard about it, but I didn't know, like, I'm looking at the IMDb now just to know who's in it and who's like starring in it and everything. But it seems like an interesting premise because it seems like it's going to be focusing on Renfield, probably keeping everybody from discovering Dracula.
Yeah, but it's one of those, I assume, I don't know, because I haven't read any, like, as far as I know, and I'm really never, I try to avoid those things where it's like, a script leaked or whatever. I don't like to read that stuff. But I got to assume it's going to be one of those movies where we know the ending, unless they're going to Tarantino it and just like rewrite history, retcon history.
Sure.
You kind of know, not that it's real history, it's fiction history, but it's a very important piece of, historical fiction. I can't imagine they're going to go anywhere besides everyone dies.
Right.
Besides maybe Renfield, doesn't.
I know.
But
I feel like it almost like the original like story behind this, like, and why it's always skipped over. Even it's like in my mind, it seemed like it was just such a fast thing where it's like it doesn't even matter how soon they die. Like they just died pretty quickly. Like the vampire needed to like stock up on blood just to get through this trip and yada yada yada, or whether it happened towards the end. It always seemed like it wasn't like a over time. Whereas I think it would be interesting for this film to go through like maybe create some drama around it.
People start dropping they start dropping off one by one
and being like, oh my God, what's happening to everyone?
There could be like a supernatural murder mystery element of it, which I'm like super on board for, which I'm really excited to see that. I know it's already out, but I haven't watched it yet. But that Christian Bale movie, The Pale Blue Eye or something like that, it just came out. People are super high on it. They said it's great, but it's supposed to be like that's more of like I guess a colonial murder mystery as far as I know. But anyway, if they kind of gave it that type of treatment, I'd be fucking psyched. So
if the IMDb is showing who the cast is, the cast looks pretty dope as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people in it, and it looks like it's got a good budget. Like, I don't know, it looks sick. I'm super excited for that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The director also directed Troll Hunter, which is just a movie I enjoy. So
I really enjoy Troll Hunter. Yeah, that was one that like when it first released, because it was initially on Netflix, wasn't it?
It's a foreign film, so
like the first time people started like over here started hearing about that movie, I feel like it just popped up randomly on Netflix in like 2013 or some shit.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I even like. Well, it's a 2010 film, so I'm trying to think that I even get that on like physical Netflix.
Maybe. I remember watching it in, probably like 2013, 2014, because it was when I lived in Wisconsin. I remember just like randomly going through Netflix one night and just being like I was up with this when, my oldest was like an infant, and I was like up with her, like trying to get her to go to sleep or whatever, and she just like fell asleep on me, and I laid there and watched the whole movie, and I was like, fuck, that movie was awesome.
Yeah.
I really loved it. All right, who's next?
I'm gonna toss out. I caught that Ari Aster has a new film coming out in 2023 called Those Afraid, and watched the trailer, and I think I was equally intrigued as I was confused, and it seemed right on brand for Ari Aster, and it made me even more excited given like the films we do see, is that I don't really feel like it's going to come across as a film that's going to be very scary.
Right.
But I think it might be like haunting in ways, like as far as just the story. I'm assuming it's going to probably at least be a 2-hour film.
It's more than that. I think it's like 3 hours or some stupid shit like that. Yeah.
Well, and didn't this wasn't
pushing it? He wants it. He wants those 4-hour films. I swear.
Yeah, he's going full art house on this shit, and this is the one with Joaquin Phoenix in it too, right?
Yeah.
Right. So this was originally going to be called something else, wasn't it?
It was like Midnight Nightmare or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was like something Nightmare. I remember.
Sure.
And I remember thinking like, oh, Ari Aster's working on a
Nightmare.
Yeah, or something like that. Anyway. But it was Joaquin Phoenix, and I, as much as like the Joker turned into this whole like incel fucking weirdo cult thing, Joaquin Phoenix is genuinely great. Like Walk the Line, fucking The Master, like his performances are incredible. As pretentious and fucking weird as he is, he's fantastic actor. So I'm really excited about this one. And I remember when the first time I heard it, I thought it was going to be more like this was probably early on, so nobody knew anything, but I thought it was going to be like a noir-y type of thing.
That's what I thought too, because it was also originally called Disappointment Boulevard. That was the name.
Yeah.
So So that sounds like Sunset Boulevard. You kind of think immediately
maybe that was someone assumed that. Also, what was the one with Bradley Cooper that was kind of a noir thing that just came out in the last 2 or 3 years? I wonder if I'm getting that confused in my head too, where he works at the circus and he's kind of like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I watched it and it's actually like not
it's
that
really
bad.
Good.
It's not that bad of a movie. What the fuck is that called? Because it won fucking an Oscar too, didn't it?
Yeah, it won a lot of. It was a really fun flick. Anyway, I'm wondering if I'm getting those two confused in my head. But I swear, when I heard about the Ari Aster project, like even like a year ago, I thought it was going to be some sort of like noir-y type of thing, but it doesn't seem like that now. But it does seem interesting. And I'll tell you, I actually did hear, like, just on Twitter or something like that, somebody post something about this Beau is Afraid thing. And apparently it does get pretty fucking wild.
Yeah.
So I think it goes into some pretty wild supernatural shit.
Yeah. I mean, from the trailer feels like a real mishmash of everything, and like in a good way, not like, in a bad way, but it has these sections that are like wildly colorful, like a Wes Anderson film. Then it has these other sections where he's like in a living play, it seems like, which is like that film
Bronson.
Bronson, or like if you remember, I think it's Welcome to Dogville with Nicole Kidman.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I ever actually watched that movie, but I know what you're talking about. Like, I feel like I've seen clips and shit from it.
Yeah. And then there's other parts that like are like half animated. So like it feels all over the place, but I guess it would be really hard to put through what the, what like the horror elements are going to be if like it's just all over the place. 'Cause it feels like Forrest Gump, really. Because it seems
just a bunch of like weird vignettes almost.
And it seems to be following Joaquin Phoenix's character from childhood to old age. So yeah.
I almost have this feeling, like, with just gauging from the trailer, that I think like we're almost going to be living through just like how fucked up his brain is from maybe some trauma that happened, is like kind of how it feels.
Well, I think
and even
that's
the way
part
you're
of the premise is like
further,
one of his parents dies or something. I mean, I don't think that's a spoiler. I think that's literally like part of the plot synopsis. But yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right, Meg. And it's almost like a coming of age type of, what was Boyhood or whatever? What's the one that they made over like 13 years that everybody
Boyhood.
jizzed over?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that. Almost that type of thing, but like, on mushrooms, which is like Ari Aster, everything Ari Aster does. So I'm
I could
psyched.
see like horror elements just like coming in through that somehow, of like kind of even like, I mean, Midsummer definitely had very horrific things in it, but I feel like there was still an element of like things fucking with your brain. It's like a little bit more like deeper horror, I don't know.
Yeah. If you look at the actual horrific things on film between Hereditary and Midsummer, like they add up to maybe about 5 minutes altogether. Because you have the blood, you have like the blood eagle, and the bear burning and all that stuff, and you don't want to give that shit away in the trailer because that's the shocking stuff. So
and the rest is just all like super aggressive tension building,
right?
Yeah,
which is what he does fantastically well. And then he gets these big monster payoffs. But hey, I've been impressed by everything he made, so I'm obviously going to go see this. But I
sure. I don't know if I'm gonna take it back. I don't know if I'll watch it. I want to go to the theater to watch it. I want to do that for 3 hours.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a big commitment. I know it's a lot, because that's like I gotta pee a lot. That's kind of
I'm like, can you guys pause this? Like,
well, and also I'm like, I'm gonna be drinking a bunch of Diet Coke. I'm gonna be stoned. I'm gonna be eating and drinking a bunch. So, anyway,
did I ever tell you about the time I snuck Bush Apple into the theater?
God.
You haven't, but I knew about it somehow. just because I know you and we're friends, I know that you have done that intuitively.
I was like, is this bad that I did this?
Brian intuited
all types of weird. Yeah, I intuited it. I do the go get the airplane bottles of Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah,
then get a big old Diet Coke, put them in there. Oh, hell yeah! Or just weed pen.
Sure,
just take the weed pen in there. Nobody can smell it. It's fine.
Well, you can maybe hope with the play like nature of it that Ari Aster will incorporate a intermission.
Oh, that would be fantastic. We should have more. Anything over 2 hours should have an intermission. I'm taking a hard stand.
Break
right
it
now.
up.
Yeah. All right, is it back around to your boy here? Do I get to pick something?
Yeah.
All right, I have a couple. I have a whole bunch actually here. I'm going to throw one out here because I don't know that anybody's going to talk about, but Steve might actually. And I don't know a lot about this movie, and I only am excited about it on, basically based on two things. One, it's Sam Raimi, and two, it's dinosaurs. It has the worst name ever. It's probably going to bomb because it's the worst name ever. I think it's just called 65.
I believe it is.
And it stars Adam Driver, and I'm not even a Star Wars person. I haven't seen any of the Adam Driver Star Wars shit, but I do really like Adam Driver. And it looks awesome. It's a fucking action horror dinosaurs. I love a damn dinosaur horror. I love obviously the Jurassic Park films, but there was a video game. We're not going to get into it. It was a PlayStation 1 game.
Dino Crisis.
Dino Crisis that I fucking loved when I was a kid. It was basically Resident Evil with dinosaurs. It was fucking awesome. Anyway, I always say, like, why don't we have more dinosaur horror? Like, Jurassic Park is the only, like, scary dinosaur thing out there that was made, I feel like, in the last 50 years. And I get why. It's hard to recreate dinosaurs and all that shit and make it look good and not be like just CGI nonsense. But this looks fucking sick, and I'm really excited about it. And I haven't heard much about it yet, and I don't even know if they have a release date. But Sam Raimi.
March.
Oh shit! Earlier, pretty early then. I like that. I had no idea. But dinosaurs, Sam Raimi, Adam Driver. I'm fucking gonna see it for sure.
Yeah, I feel like I've like fell in love with Adam Driver as an actor, and I can't even name like specific film, but I feel like he's always just like weird and awkward. And I don't know if you'd put him in. He's a very creative person. I feel like he's not very pretentious.
He's hunk too. He's a weird looking hunk.
I didn't want it to be about his looks, but yes,
but he's unique looking. That's why I like him. He's unique looking. Well, did you see the Dead Don't Die with Bill Murray? It's a weird kind of. It's a weird kind of quirky zombie comedy.
Yeah.
Oh no, for whatever reason, kind of like felt like I kept avoiding it.
Yeah. Well, people hated it. Like people, I feel like in the horror community, people generally hated that movie. I don't know why. I think because it like had a very unsatisfactory, abrupt ending, and it was a little.
It's because
a little quirky. It was a little twee, I think, for a lot of horror fans.
It's because the film is more of a Jim Jarmusch film.
Oh, it is a very it is distilled down Jim Jarmusch.
Yeah. So it's Jim Jarmusch doing a horror film, but like you can't take him out of it. The same way, like if Wes Anderson made an actual horror film, people would fucking hate it because it would still look like and act like a Wes Anderson film.
Exactly. So, this just was unabashedly Jim Jarmusch with the dialogue and the weird pauses and all this stuff. But he had the people who do those things well in it, right? And it was fun and weird. And Tilda Swinton played like a weird fucking, I won't spoil it. She plays a really weird character that was cool. And I don't know. I just really liked that movie.
I want to ask. I feel like we have a February situation going
on right now.
See, I can't.
Applause. By the way, I'm golf clapping at your pronunciation. Good job.
Okay. Well, thanks. Well, you guys kept saying Jim Jarmusch.
Yeah.
But I've always heard it pronounced Jim Jarmusch or Jarmusch.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I don't know. I'm just curious. I'm asking. Like,
I don't know. I've always heard Jarmusch or Jar. Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Jarmusch? I always say Jarmusch. I might be wrong. I'm start calling
an audio
Jim.
Recording to Brian.
I went to middle school with Jim Jarmusch.
Yeah. How about Jim?
I used to work at Dairy Queen with Jim Jarmusch.
How about Jim Jarmusch calls in himself and tells us?
Yeah,
how about
I ain't your fucking secretary, Jim Jarmusch. You tell me how to say your fucking name.
Here, let's put a poll on Halloween is Forever. Let's get this figured out. We could probably just find a YouTube video,
Yeah, that's probably true.
Is it Jarmusch or Jarmusch?
I don't want to do
Jarmusch.
I want to hear what people actually usually call him. Like that. That'd be funny. Yeah.
But
any hoops.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I was going to say. I'm excited about this
Cool.
movie. The title sounds fucking so stupid. So I think it's going to bomb because of the title, but it looks cool.
I got serious vibes from watching the trailer. Not only did I get vibes of Dino Crisis, which made me, kind of into it.
That's why I loved it. It was all like breaking glass and damn science shit. It was like science fiction. This thing, dinosaurs are giant fucking lizard monsters that literally existed. That's so sick. Why don't you guys like dinosaurs more?
Versus Adam Driver with a laser gun.
Yeah,
but
Adam Driver with a laser gun. It reminded me of a cross between Dead Space, which is another one of my favorite video games of all time, mixed with Dino Crisis, which is another one of my favorite video games of all time. But they're not, But
the other thing I got vibes of it though, which made me like uneasy, is it reminded me of the Predators movie. And Adam Driver is just Adrian Brody now. And I'm just like,
He also looked so much like Adrian Brody.
Oh, he replaced Adrian Brody.
I never noticed that until you said that. Yeah. He looks so much like Adrian Brody.
Yeah, he replaced Adrian Brody. He took all the roles. I don't know what Adrian Brody did. Probably Predators. Yeah. But like whatever he did to get taken off the top list.
They were like, we got a new guy who has a damn Picasso face and is lanky. Get rid of him. He's going to work for less. But now he's a bigger star than Adrian. I mean, I guess Adrian Brody went into he did the fucking Pianist and all that crazy, he went into super Oscar bait movies, whereas Adam Driver has obviously went into giant, super huge budget Star Wars shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe Adam Driver just has a better manager.
Well, he's not skinny enough to do like Holocaust movies, which is just like that's what all the fucking that's how you get into like Oscar bait movies is do super sad shit.
Yeah, do super sad shit. So like Adrian Brody he got bulky for the Predators film, but he wasn't that big. And so after that, he's just like, you know what? I'm just sticking with Wes Anderson. But then he was in that Marilyn Monroe Blonde movie. And it's like, your manager sent you down a bad road. He fucked you, bud.
He fucked you, bud. Definitely something about calling Adrian Brody bud cracks me up. Because he's like such like a, highbrow actor. And just to call him bud, be like, hey, why are you doing this movie, bud?
Yeah. He fucked you, bud. It's no good. Movie's no good. Nobody likes it. Anna de Armas doesn't know how to act. Why'd you agree?
Yeah, what are you doing? You got to get rid of that greasy manager, bud. Oh man, but yeah, you're right. He's the new Adrian Brody.
Yeah,
but he's funny though. That's the difference. Adrian Brody is probably the least funny person who ever lived. Like he just is so dead ass serious all the time. Like Adam Driver is actually funny. But anyway, we spent too long on my pick. What's next?
So I got one, and it's going to be kind of in line with yours, Brian. It's
dinosaurs.
Kind of dinosaurs. Sea dinosaurs.
Oh,
what?
Yeah, this is one I don't.
Oh, the Meg.
Yes, the Meg 2.
Also, I did think about this when I watched the Meg. When I saw the trailers for this, I watched the Meg on an airplane, which is like it's a perfect airplane movie.
Dope.
But why don't we call our Meg the Meg?
I don't know.
I don't know why we did that.
That's fine. I would accept them.
Yeah.
Perhaps we will after this year, but the important thing, the only reason why I'm including it, the first Meg was fine. It's whatever. It's Jason Statham fighting a big shark.
It's literally what I refer to as an airplane movie.
I haven't seen it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's just mindless. It's Piranha 3D, but bigger budget and wilder and not wilder.
You also said Jason Statham, so
right.
Yeah.
So Jason Statham's back for this one. But the most important part about this, the Meg 2, The Trench, is that it's directed by Ben Wheatley.
Really?
Yes.
So there's going to be like fairy rings and shit.
I hope to God if he can put 15% of the esoteric, undecipherable nonsense that he puts in all of his other movies.
That's such a weird directorial choice.
Yes. But also, okay, did you see Free Fire though?
No.
Free Fire fucking
You told
rules.
me about that. It was like an action movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
told
like-
me about that. I haven't watched it. Actually, hold on. I'm going to put on my list right. Not hold on. Just press on. But I'm going to hold on for me personally because I'm going to put on my list right now. So I
Hold
don't
on,
forget.
brain. Put this down.
Yeah.
So all his other films, like A Field in England, which we watched on the show, and High Rise and In the Earth, they're fucking bananas to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But then Free Fire is like almost kind of a straight up and down action film, but it's I don't know, it's just really good because it's made the way he made it. So like he can do that, but I really want him to incorporate some bizarre ass shit in the Meg 2 and just make it like the wildest fucking movie you can.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want. And that's why I included it on this list, because I adore Ben Wheatley in his directory.
You know what? I the first one, I tolerated it because I was on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
But I will definitely see this one now because of the Ben Wheatley thing, because I have been genuinely impressed with almost everything that he's in. By the way, I just put in Free Fall instead of Free Fire.
Nice.
And it brought up a very different Dutch movie that looks lame. Oh, wow. Okay. So this actually looks like a 70s cop drama type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. So I'm on board now.
The whole-
I love that shit.
The whole film is a constant shootout.
Nice.
So yeah.
I love a damn 70s cop drama, buddy cop. Fucking, I've been listening to the Quentin Tarantino podcast. What's it called? I don't fucking care.
Doesn't matter. Don't advertise for him on this show. Fuck him. He's got enough listeners.
Yeah, he's good. But it is a good show, and he's obsessed with all these like 70s, cop dramas. So I've gotten a lot of good suggestions from there. But anyway, you know what? I'm glad that you brought that up, because I would not have made my list, and because I didn't know that Ben Wheatley was directing.
Yeah, it's. I only included it because one, Ben Wheatley, and two, because like every other list I was looking at of like upcoming, nobody included it. I was like, it's a damn shark directed by Ben Wheatley. It's got Jason Statham. How do you not get pumped? Get hype.
I'm consider me officially pumped.
Good.
I need to watch the first one still.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with one that just looks off the rails bonkers and a bloodbath, and that's the new Winnie the Pooh movie.
Oh, yeah, it's on my list
Blood
too.
and Honey. I'm like kind of excited. I mean, I never I wasn't really into Winnie the Pooh as a kid, but like this, I feel like in for the horror genre, I think will be just bonkers. And
it looks
kind of excited.
wild, and I love taking weird nostalgic childhood things and making them fucking creepy. So I'm definitely gonna like this. And here's the thing that really sold me on it, because like that Banana Splits one, did you guys watch that Banana Splits?
I did not.
It sucks.
Okay.
It doesn't suck. I'm being harsh, but like it's not good. And there's a lot of this, this type of thing happening. And I was like, okay, this is wild enough where I'm going to watch it. But when I learned that not only is Winnie the Pooh, part one of the, like the murder or whatever, he's the, I guess at least on face value, the villain here. So is Piglet. So I'm like, all right, now you got me. I'm 100% on board now.
Yeah. After watching the trailer, like it's apparent that like the cold open 15 minutes is Winnie the Pooh killing Christopher Robin.
Yeah.
After they discover like they've butchered Eeyore and done all kinds of other goofy shit. And then and then it goes out into the world. But like, I didn't get into the Banana Splits one just because I didn't have any sort of bearing with that. Like, I don't remember the original at all.
The only reason I did is my Aunt Jill, who, got me into a lot of horror movies and stuff like that. She grew up in the 70s and she was a huge fan of she's who got me into, Scooby-Doo and all this shit. And she was a big fan of the Banana Splits just because she grew up in that era.
Yeah, okay.
But so I knew who they were and had watched it growing up. But it was not, it wasn't like unbearable, but it wasn't very good.
Yeah.
It's just because a lot of these things, they're such wild out there ideas that they're just not getting the budgets to execute. And I'm worried that that's where this one's going to go.
Yeah, but I don't know how much of a budget this one needs.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, it's literally like a fucking plushie. Although, I mean, the picture, like the not pictures, the trailer, they don't look anything. They look like a grown ass adults in costumes.
Yeah.
They don't look like little plushies. Where like, I mean, I grew up, my younger brother loved Winnie the Pooh growing up, and so we watched it all the time. My kids, have watched it occasionally, and they're like plush animals that live in the woods. Like small plushed animals that live in the woods. These are like adult sized men in costumes. It looks like.
Yeah, like Winnie the Pooh has fingers, he doesn't have fingers as a doll. He just had like the little flaps.
He looked like a fucking stuffed animal. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
See.
Suspension of disbelief, I guess. And then Piglet also has tusks now. Like he's gone feral. So
yeah. Hey, whatever. I'm gonna watch it.
I like the idea.
I like, you guys know me. I like big swings.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. No bigger swing than this.
Yeah.
The biggest swing is gonna come when it's a surprise Tigger at the end.
Hell yeah.
With like a wood chipper or some shit.
Tigger with the wood chipper.
He just jumps on people into the wood chipper.
Is it my turn? I don't know why I can't keep track of this order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw another one out here that I don't know a lot about, but I feel like it bleeds right into that like childhood theme. Is when I heard about this, and this one's coming up like really soon. I think it's coming out actually by the time this goes up, I think it might already have been out. It's called Skinamarink.
Yeah, it's already up.
It's already out. Yeah, I have not watched it yet.
Okay.
Because it's coming out on Shudder. Or it already has come out on Shudder.
That trailer was so confusing. I was kind of intrigued, but is it a found footage thing?
I think it is a found footage thing. So here's why I brought it up, and it intrigued me, but the trailer tells you nothing, so you don't know what you're getting at all, besides it's found footage, which I'm like a sucker for found footage, so fine. But when I heard Skinamarink, I thought, Skinamarinky dinky dink, Skinamarinky dink. Like I thought Sharon Lois and Bram.
Right.
And I was like, if this is a murderous remake of Sharon Lois and Bram on the Elephant Show, like Meg, you might be I know you're not that much younger than me, but like I don't know if you grew up with the Elephant Show.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Like that, like with all of these are like they're triggering memories, like, but I've definitely seen something when I was a kid.
Like I grew up watching, definitely as a kid, watched a ton of The Elephant Show with Sharon Lois and Bram, and it was really weird. But as a kid, you don't think it's weird. You just think it's fun, but it's actually, looking back, super weird. Anyway, I thought it was something to do with that. It doesn't appear to be the case. It just looks like some sort of weird supernatural found footage. I'm actually kind of worried that it's going to be a little Paranormal Activity-y. But it does look like it has a lot of just like The Ring meets Paranormal Activity, like lingering shots on like weird liminal spaces type of thing, which is like, hey, I'm kind of down for that, but like there better be a payoff or people are going to be annoyed. But I think it's getting maybe or it has gotten like a limited theatrical run, and then it's going to be on Shudder. Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited just because the ambiguity around it, I think. And the name, it's like the opposite of 65. Like if I saw something called 65, maybe it's just because Rob Zombie's 31 was such a dog shit. Like if I see something that's just a number, I'm like, fuck you. You know what I mean? But like if I see something called Skinamarink, it's so weird. I'm probably going to watch it. And I'm like, what does that mean?
And the only thing you have to tie it is, like you just said, that
Sharon Lois and Bram,
So I'm wondering if it's maybe just like a reference to something they watch in the film.
Maybe,
like, because everything I've heard about this film, which is very minimal, is just like it's like two kids who are just like left alone in a house. And so, and like,
they just wake up and no one's there. And
so maybe that's something they turn on the TV at some point.
It's based on that Fastball song, I bet.
Oh yeah. Okay.
For some reason, if this movie goes to some weird place where it's like this weird interpretation of what is that culture called, like when kids are left at home or whatever,
latchkey kid.
Yeah, latchkey kid. Like if it's some weird interpretation. Oh yeah, I mean same, but like if it's some weird trying to take a more morbid twist on that, I'll be.
What happens when you're a latchkey kid?
Oh yeah. This is what you do.
Like,
you hit.
You just sit
22
at the TV.
shells with a hammer, with a ball peen hammer. You burn stuff with. We used to play with black powder all the time.
God.
Because my uncle had a musket, like a musket loader, you know. So we just used to play stuff. We used to play with black powder, shoot BB guns, just do horribly dangerous shit all day.
This just
when we were home
sounds
by
very
ourselves.
unsurprising.
Yeah, and we were like, I was like, honestly, I think my parents started, and it was normal back then. I was like 9, and my brother was probably 7, and we'd be home in the summer all day by ourselves.
Oh yeah, my sister, who's a year and a half older than me, was my babysitter.
Oh, me too.
Oh, yeah,
like
great.
I was technically the babysitter. I'm less than 2 years older than my brother.
Talk about disrespect.
Yeah, and he's bigger than me. Like, what was I supposed to do? Make him take a nap? Like, it wasn't going to happen.
I was an only kid, so I just did BBs by myself.
Just did BBs. Yeah, we did that. Well, I also have my brother, and I had 2 cousins who are around our same age. They're right up the road. So we would, and their parents would leave them home too. So we'd get into all types of bad shit.
Nice.
Just straight up hood rat shit.
So maybe this is just maybe we're overthinking this Skinnamarink film because all it is just the horror of being left home alone, and that's scary to like Gen Z, but it's not scary to us.
Oh yeah, dude. I still have nightmares about like being at home in the summertime, and there'd be like a really bad thunderstorm. And I remember I just watched Twister.
Oh yeah.
And I was terrified of tornadoes, and like the sky would turn really dark, and I'd be like, oh my God, we got to go to the basement. We're going to die. It's a fucking tornado. Yeah. Latchkey kid problems, guys.
Same.
Yeah. But all right. Who was after me? Meg, right?
No.
Steph.
It's back to
Why
my,
can't I keep track of this bullshit? I don't know.
because you smoke too much
Because you're high.
weed.
Yeah.
I actually didn't even smoke. I'm just drinking.
It's
I haven't even smoked
yeah,
weed yet.
It's made holes in your brain though. So
That's true.
It's a hellish cleanse, I swear.
Sweet
You know, that
holes.
beer's going.
Well, no, here's
way
the
to your
thing.
don't
brain.
blame the Hellas ever, Meg.
No, Meg, I'm drinking stout. That's why I'm
Yeah.
all
It's
confused.
got stouts in
I
it.
got all the nanobots into my brain from the stout, and my heart energy is all fucked up because I'm not drinking Hellas.
all the dark malts threw off his chakras. He can't fucking think
yeah.
I
right.
feel like it
My
got
third
really
eye
emotional.
is my third eye closed.
Ooh.
All right. Now this one is one that I'm excited for, and it's coming out relatively soon, I think. But Infinity Pool. Have you seen
that
about
was on
that
my
one?
short list too.
Yeah.
I don't know much about this. I didn't put it on because I don't know anything about it, but I have seen it pop up.
Yeah. So
What's up with Mia Goth just like blowing the fuck up? Which, mind you, can I say her full fucking name?
Yeah.
It's Mia Gypsy Mello da Silva Goth. That is her
That's her
whole
real
name.
name.
It's our
Sick.
fucking name.
That's a sick name.
Yeah. But also her last name's Goth. That's even more
I just
sick.
assumed that was made up.
right.
But is that like her actual legal name?
Who knows?
What I just said. Yeah.
Yeah. Mia
That's
Gypsy
sick.
Mello
Yeah.
da Silva Goth. Who knows?
That's pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a sick name either way.
Rooney Mara is named after, Art Rooney and whatever his fucking name is, Mara, owner of the fucking Giants. So
Yeah.
who fucking knows what's what? But yeah, anyway, back to Infinity Pool. The movie is directed by Brandon Cronenberg.
Yeah.
So we're going from David Cronenberg doing fucking the
Crimes Against the Future.
Crimes of the Future, and then this one looks like more Crimes of the Future, even though it also looks like it's set in the 70s.
That's what I'm saying. Like I saw this, like a scene of or a still image of them like in a car, like a convertible, and I'm like, that looks Anyway, it looks cool though.
Yeah.
I just don't know anything about it.
So it appears the way the movie is going to go is that Alexander Skarsgård is on vacation, and they accidentally run somebody over in like they're on international vacation, so it's like a made up country. They run somebody over, and like the penalty for killing somebody is automatic death.
Oh, okay.
But the way the country makes money is that you can pay a fine, and they'll make a clone, and they'll kill that clone instead.
So it's a real eye for an eye situation.
Yeah. So they'll kill that clone instead, and then you're just out money. And then because I guess he falls in with like Mia Goth and like her a band of rascals, to borrow from Meg for a second, is it appears like there's an even darker underground of people who go around who have money and they just kill at will because they can just buy their way out of it.
Oh, wow.
So it's like,
so it's almost like Purge-esque. It's like, I don't know, weird
yeah,
elements.
kind of like it's almost like a loophole murderer kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like Purge.
Yeah. So it looks like it's like a lot of loopholes and just like weird morality that you have to think of like, are you killing clones? Are you killing, what happens about having people killed in your stead? Because I mean, it appears that the clones are full on clones. It's not just like an effigy or anything. They just make a full on.
They're human.
Yeah.
Organic
There's
clones.
Also, that also kind of reminds me of Duel that I just watched last year. Where it was like basically if you're on your deathbed to like make death easier for your family, you can go through this process and have a clone made. And in this case, the whole idea is that if you don't die, like for some reason you end up living, like you basically go into a duel situation, or if the clone doesn't like want to then just like be killed, you go into a duel situation. And it was an interesting concept. Like it was a fine movie. But it kind of reminds me of that a little bit as well.
Yeah,
that does sound. What's that called again?
Duel.
Dual.
DUAL.
Yeah, I forget the woman's name. She's like this redhead. You'll recognize her though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Karen Gillan. She's in a lot of stuff.
Oh, interesting. All right, it's brand new.
She was in the new Jumanjis.
Hey, Jumanji?
She's in the Jumanjis. She plays the redhead in the Jumanjis movies.
I stopped after the original Jumanji. I didn't watch The Rock or whatever was in the other one.
But yeah, Infinity Pool, Brandon Cronenberg. It's got a whole bunch of fucking fucked up imagery as well, because they also are just
that's
like
what
wearing skins of people. And
it looks cool.
Yeah,
it looks cool.
I'm excited. Apparently, it comes out at the end of this month, 27th.
Nice. It's like a lot of early, there's like a lot of early year good shit coming out.
Yeah.
Which is weird because this is usually dog shit time of year, but
they usually
I guess people are still releasing those backlogs from Corvid.
Perhaps. Or maybe it just shifts because of like streaming and everything, and because of Corvid, maybe they just shifted like release schedules and it no longer has to be.
I think that's part of it too. Yeah, because they're doing like, I think a lot of stuff that like they'd given up the idea of doing a theatrical release are now going like, no, we are going to do one now, which is leaving some like room for other things to show up on streaming that wouldn't otherwise.
We'll give you a week in the theaters and that's it.
Yeah.
Don't beg for more.
It is. It's such these weird in and out things. It's like by the time you have time to see it's gone. But
yeah. And I've been really surprised to see what ends up on VOD like very quickly. I'm like,
oh yeah,
literally just thought that was on in theater. But I think like it's a good balance. I think especially post COVID and also like I think people are wanting to go back to see movies in like a theater form.
It does feel like it that people are willing, like studios are willing to take risks on theatrical releases because people are going to see movies. Like that's encouraging. I hope that's true. But
that'd be sick. I'm gonna take my round. I'm gonna just I want to briefly touch on like two that I'm just happy that I'm excited to see this year, and two that I'm like mad that I'm like these don't look good at all. And then we're gonna be so quick that I feel like it'll be good.
Yeah.
I kind of mentioned before we started recording, like how it seems like a year of like the reboot and like a lot of sequels coming out. But seeing that there's going to be another Exorcist, which I'm seemingly picking up.
Well, it's going to be a trilogy, actually.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
as
it's
well
going to be
Salem's Lot being like redone, which should be pretty sick.
I had both those on my list, but for different reasons. Like the Exorcist one. So it's Blumhouse and it's fucking David Gordon Green. It's the guy who did the most recent Halloween trilogy. So I actually liked the first and last in the Halloween trilogy. I know we talked about all of them. And Halloween Ends, like we kind of all hated it at the time. And I was kind of the one who liked it the most. And then I watched it again. I was like, I kind of really like this. And you guys were like, boo, fuck you. But I love 2018, yes, which a lot of people didn't like. I really liked 2018. Halloween Kills was like kind of dog shit. But then I liked Halloween Ends. The one thing about David Gordon Green that he's willing to do is like, at least he's going to take some kind of big swings for beloved franchises. Like he proved that in Halloween Ends. So I'm kind of excited about this. And he's giving it the Halloween treatment because from what I understand, it's going to be a trilogy. And the first one in the trilogy picks up at the end of the first movie. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, which is like even easier for this franchise because The Exorcist 2 is dog shit. And then The Exorcist 3 is fantastic, but it like has almost nothing to do with the first movies. So it seems like it makes sense. And I don't know, I'm excited to see it. I feel like that one will be exciting. The second, what was the other one you mentioned?
I mentioned Salem's Lot. Like
that Salem's Lot. I'm such a huge
to see.
Yeah, I hope. I don't know who's directing it because I was such a huge fan of the original. Like I literally had the 2 VHS set of it because it was a TV miniseries originally. So it spanned 2 VHSs.
Gary Dauberman.
Gary Dauberman. That sounds familiar. What else has he directed? Do we know? I some of my most iconic, like most memorable, creep me out, ruin my fucking life as a kid scenes were from Salem's Lot. And I'm also a huge Stephen King fan and just Stephen King adaptations in general.
He did Annabelle's.
See, that's what I was kind of worried about.
He did Annabelle's.
Yeah. He did the Annabelle's. Chapter 2 of It.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was good. I like that. We'll see. So he has some Stephen King. He has some Stephen King pedigree.
He did actually both It's. So
okay, that's probably why I recognize his name. Neither of those movies. I think I only watched both of them once, but I liked them both. I just like. You ever watch a movie and you're just like, that was really good, but it was kind of too much. You know what I mean? Like it was just trying to be so much and so like epic. And like when you grow up with the first the first It, and then you have this, and it's just like trying to be so giant and epic. It just feels like it's trying so hard. I don't know. That's a bad way of explaining it.
I hate to actually Meg, but Dauberman didn't direct any of the It's, and he only directed.
I just saw him in his list. So what did he do in there?
Oh no, he wrote he wrote the It's. And he wrote all of the Annabelles. He only directed one Annabelle.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, and I was going to mention with the Annabelle. I was going to mention with the Annabelles that like I just feel like it's another series that I feel like just got out of control.
Well, and it's part of the whole James Wan fucking whatchamacallit universe, Conjuring universe, which is just like I never really got into that much. Like I like Sinister, okay, but like I just never really got into those like James Wan Conjuring universe movies. I'm sure they're fine. Like I'm not trying to talk shit on them. It was like the early
ones that I actually like. The first Conjuring, I was like, this is scary.
Yeah, it was a cool movie.
But then they just kept coming out with them, and the stories were just like recycled, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In a sense,
if James Wan knows one thing, it's how to milk something until it's dry. So
you know what though, he made one of the greatest masterpieces of all time in my mind, which is Malignant. So you know what, I've probably watched that movie 3 times since it came out. It came out like a year ago. It's fucking awesome.
Andres Muschietti. Was at least the and then
he's the guy with the really pointy goatee. Like he's in all those like wasn't he in the like In Search of Darkness or one of those like I don't know fucking or what's the one that Eli Roth does, The History of Horror or whatever.
Oh, okay.
He talks in one of those like talking head horror documentaries.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I think I took up a lot of time in that one, but I'll mention the one movie that I watched the trailer for that I'm like, this really looks bad is let me just get the exact title. So look it up. It's that new what's his nuts? Knock at the Cabin with Bautista in it.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just like,
you guys ain't into this one?
so I like the premise, and I like it because it's based on it's based on a book or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's based on a book called, I believe it's called The Cabin at the End of the World.
Yeah, and it's the guy who wasn't it. It's somehow related to The Cabin in the Woods, isn't it? Like the same author that wrote the book that The Cabin in the Woods is based on, or something. It's a small tie. I don't think it's a huge thing, but Dave Bautista is terrible.
What?
he's just not a good
He's
actor.
bad.
You get the fuck out of here.
And
He's bad. He's a Wish.com The Rock.
No, he is not. He is 100 times better than Rock.
You're insane.
Absolutely
In
not.
What movie?
Blade Runner.
Did you see Army of Darkness? The
Okay,
only things
one,
that
it's not
he
Army of
plays-
Darkness, it's Army of the Dead. Two,
Army of the
that's
Dead.
not his
Those
fault.
dog shit.
That's just a dog shit movie because Zack Snyder can't act or direct or whatever.
So Dave Bautista is like, I would make him a candidate. He's not even as good, but he is a similar, like, cut from the same mold as Arnold Schwarzenegger in that he's not a very good actor at all. But if you put him in, or Keanu Reeves is better, but he plays people who don't show a lot of emotion well because he's not that great of an actor. And
I was going to say, like, I put him in a Marvel movie and he's fine. Like,
Yeah,
I will
exactly.
watch him in a Marvel movie
Yep.
for sure. But I feel like this movie just, I feel like even just the story, the premise of like this kind of home invasion-esque thing, and then now we're adding this apocalyptic nature to it. I just feel like isn't interesting, and we've seen like it's meshing things we've seen before.
Well, and they're also coming out with a new Strangers trilogy this year. Like, just go watch that. It's probably going to be better.
Yeah, like I'll probably watch this to like I'm hoping that there'd be something surprising that isn't in the trailer, isn't being talked about. But like between Dave Bautista, I feel like it feels awkward for him to be in this role.
Did either of you see Blade Runner 2049?
I
No.
did not watch the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
No, I
You
did
just
not.
really want us to like Dave Bautista, but
Well,
I'm
because
saying
you're missing-
specifically
you're
in
missing-
this trailer, he's awkward.
You're missing his best role. Oh, he's supposed to be awkward because he's supposed to be a religious zealot coming to kill a kid. Of course it's going to be weird.
Yeah.
You guys have missed his best role, which
Not
is
in
in
that
Blade
way, though.
Runner, and you guys are wrong. Of course, when he's in fucking...
That's fine.
Of course, when he's in stupid Zack Snyder movies, he's going to look like the fucking Rock because Zack Snyder stinks.
Yeah. But
I'm
I'm
gonna
just
give
saying,
you the benefit of the doubt that you're saying that like you want us to like Dave Bautista, and what
Yeah.
I'm saying is that like in this serial role, it's not even awkward in that he is just like this religious person. That's a different story. He just like it feels like an uncomfortable, like he just isn't good in this type of role.
yeah, like
I will bite my tongue like as far as if Blade Runner is better, but again, I'll watch him in a Marvel movie any day.
well, here's the thing, and
Okay,
here's what I have to
calm
say
down.
about it. Here's what I have to say about it. How dare you? Because for you to say that he even is comparable to the Brahma Bull Rocky Maivia,
The Rock stinks.
is trash.
The Rock
And
stinks.
you're trash, and fuck you.
The tier goes like this: Batista, John Cena, The Rock.
You're dog shit. You go to hell and you die. John Cena sucks.
John Cena is
He's a
hilarious.
badass. He's good at in that one fucking movie or in that one fucking show where he plays the superhero who kills people. What the fuck's that show
Peacemaker,
called?
and I disagree.
Peacemaker. He's good in Peacemaker.
You're missing one of his better roles as well. I know neither
All
of
right,
you
tell me what
fucking
it is.
watched it because neither of you are this cool. But you have to go back to the 2015 film Sisters, starring Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
I watched Sisters starring Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. It's the one where they like oh my God, I remember. I very, very clearly remember this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I absolutely watched that. He is charismatic. I will give him that. He can be charismatic.
John
He's
Cena
not a
as the
good
drug
actor.
dealer with the heart of gold is fucking
Yes,
great. You guys are
in the
dildos.
car. Yes, he's not good. I saw
The
that
Rock
movie.
doesn't have any of this range. He can only play action rock and kid movie rock. He has no range.
I just don't know.
What does
I mean,
Dave
I feel
Bautista
like
do?
why are we bringing The Rock into this? I don't feel like we should be comparing.
Because
Let's just
because
talk about
Brian
Dave
brought The
Bautista
Rock
and
in.
I
Because-
understand that, and it's also pointed at him. Let's just
Listen,
stop
all
comparing.
all I'm saying is Nation of Domination Forever, Farouk is on fire. Listen, Dave Bautista, I'm not saying he's the worst actor in the world. I'm just saying I saw the previews for this movie, and it's Dave Bautista trying to be like really like somber and like he's trying to like sit there and be like very introspective, maybe is the word I'm looking for, about this like moral dilemma he's apparently being presented with. And he just looks like a gorilla in human clothes, just like making a frowny face. He's just not. He reminds me of fucking Zack Snyder movie we just talked about, where he's trying to connect with his daughter, but we don't believe it because he's bad.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too, is like maybe that's the twist here, where he's just like literally the scenes that we're seeing in this is him pretending to be that way. So that's like actually authentic in a sense of like he's hitting the mark because he needs to be unbelievable.
Maybe.
I don't know. We don't know. Like I said, I will watch it. I'm going to give anything the benefit of the doubt. What I'm saying right now, as
I'd rather die.
Trailer,
I'd rather die than watch it.
I'm not interested. It does not look very good.
I think Brian has big guy prejudice, and he doesn't like seeing big guys have feelings.
And Steve's the other way around, where he'll watch anything with a big guy in it because like big guys have feelings.
That's
too.
right.
Bautista wasn't even good as a WWF. Like he wasn't even good. I'd rather see Roman Reigns in a movie than fucking Dave Bautista.
Well, then you can go watch one of the Fast and the Furious movies.
Oh my God.
Hobbs and Shaw with The Rock, and they're both in it together.
I might watch that over watching this film though.
And Roman Reigns blows too. But anyway, these guys, no charisma. They can't cut a promo to save their fucking life. Go watch The Rock cut a promo. All right. That's how you cut a promo. All of my biases go back to wrestling. Anyway. All right. Who's next?
Boys.
Me?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's you or it's me.
I don't know.
All right. I'm going to throw out a couple quick ones here that I don't know much about, but I'll tell you why I'm excited for them. One, it's called Cuckoo. Mm-hmm. It is like a cuckoo clock. This is like, I don't know much about it. It just looks like kind of a generic like German slasher movie. But the reason I'm excited about it is it's directed by Tilna Singer, who did Luz, L-U-Z, from 2018. But there is another movie with the same title from a couple years later that's like more like a romance. So make sure we're talking about the one from 2018.
Yeah, 2018 is right.
Yeah, weird movie. It was a Shudder, like it came out in Shudder early. I watched it, thought it was really interesting and bizarre and like kind of hard to follow, but in a fun way. It's now free on Tubi. Go watch it. It's a German movie. You're gonna have to watch subtitles, but it's really fucking weird. And I don't know, just this weird like office-y setting. It's very creepy. It's very off-putting, and I would love to see this director do get the slasher treatment. So that one, and then one other one, and I don't know a lot about it, but it's based on a Stephen King short story, which is like specifically Stephen King short stories are what got me into like horror fiction and reading horror fiction. So I have a soft spot in my heart for Stephen King short stories, and The Boogeyman is, I don't even know if they have a release date yet, but it's based on one of my favorite Stephen King short stories from my childhood. So those are two that I'm excited about that maybe are not getting quite as much attention as Dave Bautista or whatever.
I mean, I think The Boogeyman's also a remake as well, because they did one before, didn't they?
I think you're right. Yeah, I don't think I saw it, but I think somebody did do a.
Maybe 1990-ish.
It's from 1982.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that, but I will go look. We'll go watch it because I didn't even realize that was tied to, that was, because I mean, obviously The Boogeyman, that's a pretty ubiquitous title.
I don't know how to say his last name, but he was in another movie you mentioned, that David
Dastmalchian.
Yeah, he just has a creepy face. Like he's always such a great creepy character. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that.
Yeah, he kind of rides the line of like Crispin Glover, the David Dastmalchian. Like he can play creepy, but he can uncreep it a little bit.
Yeah, no, for sure.
The 82 Boogeyman is apparently a short. It was like a 20-some minute long film, as I didn't see it, but it seems just quickly reading the synopsis, it feels like it's pretty close to the short story, which would make it sense why it's a 28-minute runtime. Yeah. But this movie, which I'm actually kind of makes me not as excited about it, not to spoil it, but the movie or the story is from like an adult perspective, but there's characters that are kids. This movie sounds like it's going to be from the kids' perspective, which if you know the story, it could potentially be much creepier, but just like it also could be just like a lot of cheap scares because it's like kids and kids are vulnerable and like I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to see it still.
Yeah, it's. I guess it'll be worth checking out at some point. Who knows? Maybe not.
Yeah.
The other film I guess you were talking about, Meg, that David Dastmalchian is going to be in is called Last Night with the Devil. He has another because he's in the last voyage of the Demeter.
That's what he's in.
Yeah, he's in that, but he's in another one that's coming out this year as well called Last Night with the Devil, which is about the devil coming, like basically showing up on a late night talk show, and then like getting
that sounds awesome,
and then getting broadcast out to the world in the 70s.
When does that come out?
Later this year.
That sounds awesome.
Let me look real quick.
I'm real curious about this.
At a later time that is different from now.
But yeah, check out Late Night with the Devil.
I am all about that. That sounds sweet.
That looks pretty sick. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of great movies. I mean, we could literally talk about every single one, but I think those are my highlights. Though I do want to actually ask what your opinion is on Cocaine Bear.
Oh, I'm down for Cocaine Bear. It was on my list. I didn't get to it, but it comes out next month and it looks wild. And it's based on a true story of a bear that ate a bunch of cocaine and then just died. But in this movie, it is assumed lives and goes wild, but it just looks wacky, which I'm kind of excited about. Also, Bigfoot Ben did specifically request coming back on the show to talk about Cocaine Bear when it comes out.
Okay.
So we'll have to get that done. But that looks really fun. And then surprisingly, we didn't talk about it. Was on my list, but it just didn't come up. Is Evil Dead Rise, which is coming out in April.
Everybody's talking about it. It doesn't need us.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was gonna say everyone's gonna be shitting their pants over that one.
I mean, the trailer looks sick. It looks great. So
we also didn't talk about we're getting a new Scream movie, which who fucking cares?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll watch it, but I didn't. It was like okay for the last one.
I didn't watch S Cream or AK Scream 5.
5 Cream.
It looked for 5 Cream or whatever the fuck it was. It looked like dog shit, and frankly, the first one I love. One of my, top 100 greatest horror movies of all time, probably. Then 2 was fun. 3 was dog shit, 4 was dog shit, and then I didn't even watch 5. Yeah. So I probably won't watch 6, although it does have the girl who played Wednesday that everybody's shitting their pants over, and she's pretty good, so maybe I'll see that. I don't know. I lost momentum on that franchise so long ago.
Yeah, well, I mean, after Wes Craven dies and isn't really injecting, any of the interest and meta into it, like, you lose it.
Just becomes mindless dumb shit after a while, which listen, I like mindless dumb shit. Okay. But it's like, if it's just like overproduced and
I think it's 4. Yeah. It's 4. I do enjoy like the cold open to 4. Because
is that the one in
it's the one where they do like multiple versions of the movie. I like that opening. It's kind of funny, but then after that, you don't have a movie. It's like,
it shot its wad pretty early.
We're also getting VHS 85 at the end of the.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. I forgot about that. Hell yeah. I've liked all those movies. And then the only other one I had on here, which was kind of a sleeper, was Dark Harvest, which I don't know anything about it, but the novel is cool. It's based on a 60s novel that I read growing up that takes place on Halloween. So it's just like a lot of Halloween vibes. But it looks kind of fun. Don't know much about the movie. I don't even know who makes it or who's making it. I just jotted it down the list. But Dark Harvest.
Why is it being noted as like 2022? Did it already come out? I don't know. The Wikipedia is saying 2022.
Well, it's possible. It's like Skinamarink.
Like a festival thing.
Skinamarink did the festivals last year, which is why it's coming out now.
Yeah.
So maybe Dark Harvest did festivals last year.
Yeah, because I think it's not supposed to come out till like closer to Halloween, maybe, like in terms of a theatrical run or streaming or whatever it ends up gets done. But it looks cool, and the book is really fun, and so I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Anyone other ones we want to talk about?
Saw 10. Everybody hype. Saw 10.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I don't think I've seen past like Saw 1 or 2. I mean, I didn't hate it, but like.
Yeah, I just lost interest in that franchise too. I mean, I there's so many of those that just like I actually went back and saw and watched Human Centipede 3.
Oh God.
Last week. That movie is unbelievable dog shit.
Yeah.
And like the first one, obviously, and the second one were like these like edgelord craziness, but they were like, at least they were like, oh man, I've never seen a movie quite like that before.
I feel like I should revisit those for some reason. I like this was like before I was really into horror movies. So watching Human Centipede, like
was like an extreme experience.
Oh my God, it was insane. But I feel like I'd probably feel differently now. 3
is, and what's the guy's name? Fucking Dieter Laser or whatever his name
Dieter
is.
Laser.
Dieter Laser. He is unfucking hinged in the third one, and not in a fun way. No. Like what is happening? What is this script? What is everything that's happening? This is dog shit.
It's so weird because it like shows you like what a like one trick pony that director is. Tom Six. Yeah, because he made Human Centipede, Human Centipede 2, Human Centipede 3, and then that's it.
Yeah. I mean, the first one was a novelty. The second one was at least like kind of meta take on the first one, with the fucking guy who like, wants to recreate and all that stuff. But then the third one, it like takes place in a prison.
It doesn't make any sense.
Like it's this whole thing with like a prison industrial complex type of thing. But there's like this crazy, like, Dieter Laser plays this like crazy cowboy warden that like tortures his inmates, and it has no story at all. It's just dog shit.
Yeah, it really turned into like, oh no, we can't have another U-Bowl or Uva Bowl, however you want to say it. Can't have another one of him wandering around the streets. Yeah. You're out of Hollywood. Get out.
It really is. I mean, he honest God felt like he was on that trajectory, but like they gave him a little bit of money.
Yeah.
It's
no
just
more
dog
movies
shit
for you. You're out.
The best thing that ever happened to him is South Park did that parody and that extended his career by another decade.
Right.
Because he's dog shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, never watch Human Centipede 3, and not even for like fun. Like, I'm not even saying like never watch it because it's like gross. Never watch it because it blows and is boring and stupid.
Yeah, it's less violent than 2. Two's the hard one.
Yeah, way less. I mean, but you do see like him cutting some guy's nuts out and like frying them up and eating them, but it's like it's not.
Sick.
It looks like if I made that, like, I feel like I could have done a similar job. You know what I mean? It's dog shit. Anyway,
that's a review of Saw 10. Don't watch Human Centipede 3.
And our final thoughts on don't watch. That's how we should end every review from now on. Don't watch Human Centipede 3. And I don't mean it in a like, don't watch it and get curious way. Like, don't watch it.
Yeah, don't waste your time. That's what it is. It's a don't waste your time, dude.
Yeah. All right, guys.
And this is coming from people who waste their time.
We just did an episode last week on munchies.
Right.
So, understand where we're coming from here, guys. All right. So, and guys, I can't stress this enough. This time of year, I am into watching weird shit. So if you've got any weird movies, drop them in the DMs or comment on the social medias. I'm looking for weird shit. I'm running out of fucking Hong Kong movies and weird ass shit to watch. You can only watch Boxer's Omen, so many times. So if you got any weird shit to watch in January, February, throw it our way. We might even do a dang episode on it, guys. Anything else? That's it, right?
Yeah.
All right, tune in next week where we are going to where we will announce our showdown actual movies for our February showdown, which is going to be micro budget gems, guys. For the Halloween is Forever crew, I'm Brian.
I'm Meg.
I'm not watching Human Centipede 3.
I'm going to go watch it right now because you told me not to. Fuck you. Bye.